Hello friends, today our topic is policies promoting inclusion, international policies and the significance of policies which includes Salamanca 1994, UNCRPD, education for all. We will include all these things. The focus on this educating all the children in the mainstreaming education system, which received a very strong support at the UNESCO World Conference on Special Need Education. So that policy which are prepared for the special need education. Before discussing Salmanac policy, UNCRPD and EFA, let me clear you all what is a policy. A policy is a set of principles, rules, and guidelines that formulated or adopted by an organization or any country to reach its long-term goal, specifically which is published in a booklet that we can call as a policy. And what is the significance of policies? Policy ensures a safe, organized, and empowering and non-discriminating environment for the work. In other words, we can say it is basically a written statement of the goals. Policy also tells how to handle any diversion or any disturbances. So here basically policies have expectation and information which are readily available for the reference at the point of requirement. For that purpose we need some policies. So the significance of inclusion of policy, why there is a need of the inclusion of policies according to Bund Retired and Paulo Legjama. Social inclusion policy are economically efficient because social exclusion is too costly in terms of economic growth and social cohesion. So we will divide the policies that promoting inclusion into two parts. One is international policy, another one is national policy. So the first policy that we will discuss is Salamanca Statement 1994. Here, the focus on educating all the children in the mainstream of education, mainstreaming the education system, which received a very strong support from the UNESCO, that World Conference, which was held, where more than 300 participants representing 92 governments and 25 international organizations, which met in Spain in the month of June 1994. So the basic aim is the education for all by considering what basic policy changes are needed to promote inclusive education, because here the main topic is what is the special educational needs. So it was organized by the government of Spain and UNESCO. The conference adopted the Salmanac Statement on principles, policy and practices in special education. So the statement, which is very important tool for the efforts to make sure the schools work better and to fulfill the principle of education for all, that is published by UNESCO. Hold a copy from the UNESCO office in your country or from the address at the bottom. You can ask for the copy of this Salmanac statement. The conference adopted the Salmanac Statement on principles, policy and specials, that I said, a framework for action that we needed. So the very important part is what Salmanac Statement says. So the first point is every child has a basic right to education, that we all are aware about it. Every child has unique characteristics, interest, abilities and learning needs. So education service should take into account these diverse characteristics and the needs. And Salmanac Statement again emphasizes on the special educational need must have access to regular schools, not the rehabilitation center or the special schools. So this is the first time the inclusion of special needs children with the regular school has been prepared. So regular school with an inclusion ethos are the most effective way to combat discriminatory attitude and create welcoming and inclusive communities and achieve education for all. A basic aim is education for all, so that we can streamline, like all the education special needs children, they can be main streamlined to the regular schools. And such school provide effective education to the majority of children, improve efficiency and the cost effectiveness. And along with that, this almanac statement asks the government to give the highest priority to making education system inclusive, to adopt the principles of inclusive education as a matter of law or policy. Or you can ask the government to develop demonstration projects. Then again, the Salmanet policy also encourages the exchange with countries which have experience of inclusion. Then government asked to set up the ways of plan, monitor and evaluate educational provision for the children and the adults. And also this Salmanek statement encourages and make easy the participation of parents and organization of disabled people. And they also emphasized on the early identification and intervention strategy. For example, special needs are there, so early identification is very much needed, because without identification teacher or anybody cannot give the intervention or the strategy. So invest in the vocational aspect of inclusive education. Again, there should be adequate teacher education program and all these things. So it stated that the special need education for children with disability and those with learning difficulties could not advance in isolation, but must form part of the overall educational strategy. Like, we should ensure that all children, irrespective of their physical, mental, social, emotional or linguistic any other condition, they should be welcome and they should be inculcated in the regular school practice. And this Salmanak also calls the international community to endorse the approach of inclusive schooling and to support the development of special need education as an integral part of all education program. For example, UNESCO, UNICEF, UNDP, World Bank for this endorsement. And it asks for the United Nations and its specialized agency to strengthen their inputs for the technical cooperation and improve their networking for more efficient support and integrated special need provision, that is much needed. The non-governmental organization, that NGO, are asked to strengthen their collaboration with official national bodies and become more involved in all aspects of inclusive education. So this is all about the Salmanak statement and the policies that says regarding the special need of education. And the next, international policies, which includes UNCRPD, that we will discuss in our next lecture. Thank you so much.